What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy J. Quillo Talk Live. If you see the title, y'all see what's in there. And usually I just go live sometimes, just like spontaneous, throw a live up real quick to talk about different things. Pretty much of this whole trucking thing was going on. And do I think is a good idea to buy a truck right now? No, no. But if you got something going on, something to work for you, then you can go ahead and jump out the window and buy a truck. But the way things are going right now, I just can't see myself buying a truck right now. Depends on, like I said, it really depends on what you're doing and what you're trying to get into. If you're looking to buy a truck right now just to get your, obtain your own authority, your own MC number, your own DOT numbers, and run out there and get your own trailer. With the race right now, I really don't oblige y'all to do that. That's just my opinion. Unless you have a direct contact and you know you're gonna get direct freight, then you go ahead and do it. But I don't see doing it. But I get a lot of questions asked all the time, like, what do I look for when I go buy a truck? Or do I need excellent credit to go buy a truck? Nowadays, you don't really need that much credit. You need credit, but just enough and just enough to have to get it to get by. But money is king. So what up, Kevin? Money is king, right? So if you back then was all you had to have in your pocket was $8,000 to put down on the truck, and another $1,500 for registration and fees. Now that done went up to about, depends on your credit, but if you don't have excellent credit, it probably run you about 15 grand altogether to put down on the truck, plus registration fees and tags and whatever, right? So you figure, okay, cool, I'm gonna buy a truck. Now you ask me what you look for when you buy a truck. Well, first of all, you go buy a truck, stay away from mechanic. That's first of all. Do not buy a truck from a mechanic. If you know a local mechanic and he like to rig trucks up, stay away from that. Do not buy a truck from a mechanic because a mechanic is not going to give you a warranty you need for that truck. A mechanic is not going to cover you pulling up and you tell him everything wrong with that truck. It's not going to cover that. He only can do the minimum to get that truck out of his door, get that truck out of his parking lot, get that truck out of his driveway, get that truck out of the shop. So with a mechanic warranty, all you're gonna get is when I got time, I get to you. Try to avoid from buying trucks from like, even if your credit is bad, try to avoid from buying trucks from like in New Jersey, you got like raised truck sales. They ain't got nothing against them, but I won't buy no truck for them. Because the mileage are too high. You'll see a beautiful truck. He's selling now like 160, $170,000, $180,000. 2017s, he's selling 2015s for like 98,000 and 700,000 miles. Don't get caught up in a pretty truck with 700,000 miles. Because 700,000 miles, you can be doing an in frame. What I mean by in frame is taking the whole motor out of the truck. You need to get it rebuilt or get the whole motor put back in the truck. That's an in frame. Um, you might go to where the piston's back. He might have to do the top of the motor. That's gonna cost you about 8,500. He might have to do the bottom of the motor. That might cost you about 4,500. So it's best or if you're gonna do that, just get an overhaul where you take it to either Detroit, Cummings, Cat, take it to a dealer that built the motor, and you can get the great deal out of it, and get the pack, get like the gold plan, the platinum plan, or the silver plan. At least you're gonna get a warranty with that motor if you're gonna get it built. Most of the time, if you get a motor done by a local mechanic, he's not giving you no warranty. You're not gonna get that. All you're gonna get is I will try to get to you when I can. That's what you're gonna get when you up here. How many miles I recommend a used truck? No more than 400,000 miles. If you can get a truck with 300,000 miles, that's sweet. 400,000 miles, good. 500,000 miles, Anything over that, you're really pushing it. Because if you want to run the road, you're gonna put at least 100,000 miles a year on the truck, easy. You'll be surprised going back and forth to Chicago that you'll put 100,000 miles on the truck, easy. So try to keep it with it. Between 300,000 and 500,000 is perfect for me. Keep 300,000, 500,000 perfect. So time is kind of raw, but you're gonna get that because you're looking at probably a 2019, 2018. But try to stay away anything with 700,000 miles. Even 600 miles is scarce. It's kind of like a diamond in the rough. You know, try to stay away from that. So when you go look for a truck, don't put too much stress on yourself as far as money wise. Because like I said, money is king. Credit, okay, cool. But if you don't have credit like that, money is king all the time. They're not gonna let you slide on money. Try to go to a dealer to buy a truck. I know you may say a dealer costs too much money, but see, a dealer give you a warranty. If you go to like a raised truck sale, an Arrow raised truck sale, you go to Arrows. This is the New Jersey area, right here on 109 Elizabeth. You got Raised, Santiago, you got Ace, and Arrow truck sales, and what does this say? You go to them. Anytime you see a truck sitting on the highway and it's not a dealer, they only give you 30 months warranty, a 30-day warranty. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. If you buy a truck off the side of the road, you only gonna get a 30-day warranty. You lucky to get a 60-day. When I bought my first truck, I bought a 99 Freightliner in about I think it was '06, '07. I only got on that truck, they only gave me a 30-day warranty. What up, Louie? So you only gonna get a 30-day warranty if you buy a truck off the side of the road. And that 30-day warranty don't get you nothing, man. It don't get you nothing. It gets you a heartache, heartbreak, headaches. You ain't making no money, and before 30 days, that truck run out. Now you stuck with a pretty truck that can't run is in somebody's shop. I went through all that. My first truck, I went through 4 motor jobs. Knock on wood, it hold out. It paid off at the end. So when you go look for a truck, don't put too much stress on you as far as credit and money, because money came. So now when you go in there buy a truck, if you want a Freightliner, go to, like, let's say, be back up a little bit. If you coming from a company and you drove Freightliners, stick with what you know. If you drove KWs, if you drove Peterbilts, if you drove internationals, stick with what you know. I don't do an international Pro Stars, and I can't. Internationals are trash because there's not too many dealers to fix them trucks with them Pro Star motors. Them red motors, stay away. Volvo motors, stay away from the red motors. When you go to a dealer, try to get you something that's reasonable and that you know that you can maintain. So when you go in there, you got to ask questions. What year would you recommend? Right now, if you go and use anywhere from a 2000 to a two from 2000 2010, if you go in newer, for anywhere from a 2017 to a 2020. The reason why I say that because the 2011s and the 2016 when they came out with that DEF, they was tweaking that. The DF was cutting off. If you run out of DF, they cut off in the middle of the highway. The DFs wasn't regenerating right. They wasn't burning right. The DFs between the 2000 and 2016, what it was doing was you have manifolds on side of the motor. It's a manifold. Now I seen this. This ain't me talking. I seen this. There's a manifold inside the motor. When your DEF get built with so much carbon, right? You wonder why it's shutting off because it was burning. What it does, it built up carbon with inside the manifold, and it be this thick, and it be black. All you're gonna see inside that manifold is this. It's black. So inside the manifold, order to clean it. I seen it done. You would have to soak it in brake cleaner fluid, take it off the truck, and stick a steamer in there and try to steam all of that black carbon out of it. It was happening with a lot of these trucks. Then you got that, you got the filter, you got sensors. It was costing people a lot of money. And plus that DEF have a own injector. You got 6 injectors on the truck. The DEF came with its own injector. So now you had to go through that. A lot of people was deleting it. So if you can try to see between some of the trucks between the 2000 and 2006, they didn't come with the DEF. The 2011s came with the DEF 217. So if you could try to avoid that and get a 17 or better, because after 17 or better, they retweaked them, they did them right, they made sure they run right. You're still gonna have to go do the service because there's more money. So if you thinking you're gonna buy a truck and you're gonna just do an oil change, not no more. Long as you got that DEF on the truck, the oil change out the window. That DEF cleaner gonna run you like $500 if you do it right. Because you're gonna take the filter out, take it to a place that is steam it and clean it, change the filters, and it's like a big barrel. You take the thing out, you get it steam clean, and you put the new filter in. You can actually do it yourself to save some money on the back end. So you spend about 500. You say you just learned something new. Yeah. So you can actually clean the DF yourself. But between the 2011 and the 16, they got built there was so much carbon, but what it was doing, it was killing the truck. So now they tell you, well, you can take it and delete it. In Jersey, a lot of people are deleting them, but they used to charge to delete the DF, they was charging like 28, 23, $2,000. Now they up to 35, $4,000 to delete them. Now you delete this thing so it can free up power, like 40, 50 more horsepower. But at the same time, you bring it on back end problems. You bring it on problems where you never thought you had before. Your EGR backing up, EGR closing, EGR not opening up to give you the boost you need. So when you delete that problem, you bring it on more problems. So if you get into anything with that truck, right? Yeah, Freightliner good for the one operators. And what engine? Cummins Detroit is good. You know, I know a lot of people stand on Detroit's. I have a cat that says fuel fiction. I say Freightliner, Detroit's Cummins. I don't know. I probably put tell you Detroit, but Narrow been having pretty good. They've been doing pretty good with Cummins. So Narrow been doing pretty good. So if you could do a Cummins, you could do a Cummins. But me, I'm a cat man. I do. Even though cats don't make cat motors no more. This truck I got that I own. What's up, Nate? The truck I got that I own has a 550 cat single turbo. So this is a big motor in this truck. So I've been around cats all my life. So all I know is cats. And when I was a company driver, it was cats. I bought my first truck, it was a cat. The second truck I bought, I got now, this a cat. So if you can, what was the purpose? The purpose was clean fuel, right? For the clean fuel for the atmosphere, you know, woman glooming, all that. Hey, what up, groundkeeper? But the crazy part was, Louis, when you come into these piers and you got those big machines in them boats, they come in here blowing that black smoke. They ain't even put you notice they have not put a DEF on the train. They don't put those on trains. Nah, they don't do that, man. But they charging us, but they don't put that DEF on the train. They don't put them on them boats. They don't put them on them cranes. I'm in outside the port. They don't put them on the yard switches. They don't put them on the pickup trucks, but they want us to have them out here for clean air. But they ain't saying nothing to these big corporations that's running this dirty air with no DEF. The ports over there ain't got no DEF tanks in them ports to fill up them yard switches. Yeah, they that was a money grab. The DF is a money grab. The DF fuel is a straight money grab just to get you out there and lose your mind, man. But yeah, it's all bull. You right about that, Kev. It's crazy. So when you go buy a truck, this is what I asked you to look for. Like my first truck was a Freightliner. I kept that Freightliner 18 years. 18 years with that Freightliner. I lived by that truck. There's times when I lost everything and I had to live in that truck for 6 to 7 months. So that Freightliner kept me afloat through life. So I do a Freightliner, the best economy truck. If I had to buy another truck, and it was my first truck I was buying, to me, in my opinion, it will be a Freightliner. You know, Freightliner is like an Oldsmobile. You get a Cummins in it, everything is in your face. You get a Detroit in there, everything in your face. So it will be a Freightliner. But when you go buy a truck, have 5 things to ask the dealer. These are 5 things you need to ask the dealer. You ask them the warranty. I need to cover the engine, the rears, the tranny, the turbo, and the DF. Oh, I got a KW. I got a 99 KW W900. So that's the things you need to ask. You go to a dealer, you break it down, you say, "Oh, that's a big truck, man. You want a 90 inch? Yeah, that's a big truck, man. You talking about?" I seen I posted on my TikTok page, and the guy on TikTok page, he run from Jersey to California, and he had a sleeper. He had a bathroom, stand up shower. He had a double bunk. Him and his wife. He had a stretched out, custom made chassis. This guy had every satellite cable. He lived in a truck. If you're gonna do a 90-inch sleeper, 96-inch sleeper, you plan on living in that truck, and you plan on going from Jersey to Cali to Colorado to Salt Lake City. You talking about traveling, man. So give up everything you got for 2 years, and you could buy a mansion living in a truck. And you'd be surprised, man. Owning a truck, you'd be surprised. You could get a truck for $150,000 and pay that truck off in 3, 4 years. You'd be surprised how quick it is to pay off a truck to pay off a house. But when you go look for a truck, you make sure you ask them for try to get at least 4 year warranty. Even if you got to pay a little more money, try to get a better warranty because you want to cover the motor, you want to cover the rears, you want to cover the trans, you want to cover the turbo, and you want to cover the DEF. See, because the DEF comes with, I'm gonna tell you something. Try to get 3 years on the truck and 2 years on the DEF. Even if you got to put out a little more money, do it, man. Do it. Because what I'm trying to tell you is that DEF, you talking about $10,000 to replace that thing. Probably a little more now. That DEF will kill you, man. I shut down the problem. There was a shower not available, laughing at it. Yeah, man. The crazy part is the showers at the truck stop it'll say unavailable, but you got dudes at the truck stop won't even take a shower. They'll pull up at the truck stop, sitting in trucks for 2, 3 days, and won't even take a shower, man. They be begging them, driver, shower 3 is ready. We giving it for free. Dudes won't. A lot of truckers, man, they go so hard, they don't want to take a shower, man. They don't want to take a shower. So I tell you, so but that's the 5 things you need to do when you ask for a truck. And then you go out there, you look at the truck, you get in the truck, you have a feel for the truck, you walk around the truck. Make sure too you have good tires. If you buy the truck and your tires say BF Good Wrench or Good Years and the threads are different, you got recaps. Don't buy no truck with recaps. Do not listen. Listen. Do not buy 100,000 because them trucks 100,000. What up, Rose Gold? Oh, I go half on the truck with you. Do not buy a truck with recaps. I'm telling you, my first truck had recaps. I made it to 2 years. I didn't know no better. I didn't know no better. I didn't know that on the side of the tire, there's a bubble. There's a bubble on the side of the tire. Look for them. Tell you, look for it. When you go buy a truck, there's a small bubble on the side of the tire, go all the way around. That bubble, because it's a recap. Do not buy recaps, man, because you get on that road and you start running down south and that weather, 100-degree weather, and you running like 45,000 pounds of water, material, anything on that truck, you're going to rip them tires off. Do not buy recaps. Do not buy recaps, man. When you go, before you leave out the dealer, you make sure he put 10 tires on that truck. Yeah, he gonna be mad. He gonna be angry, but you paying for that. You paying for that. Because right now tires are expensive. I put 8 tires back here. I spent $3,000 for 8 tires on the back, and I spent another 1,800 on the front. 1,800 for 2 tires and 3,000 on the back. So be careful, man, when you go out there, man. And try to get. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna school y'all some shit right now. I can tell you get American tires. There ain't a such thing American tires. All tires are made in Japan, bro. I can tell you to go get Goodyears, Yokohamas. I can tell you to get BF Good Wrench. I can tell you to get Yokohamas. I can tell you to get American tires all day. American tires are made in Japan, but they still use an American brand name. So they made over there, They ship 10 containers and sold to you as American tires. American tires not made here. They all made overseas, bro. They all made overseas. So if you're going to do a good tire, do a good year, do a BF good wrench, you do a Continental reasonable. Do a Continental. Continentals are very good tires. They last long. Some tires are made skinny, some are wide. So if you could do a Continental, Chinese tires, if you can, do Chinese tires on the rears, but put good years on the front. Reason why I say that because Chinese tires ain't nothing but your good years and all anyway. They cheaper. You can put them on the rears and get about 2.5 years. Only thing about Chinese tires on the rears, like I have, you have to maintain the air pressure. So try to maintain the air pressure and try to rotate the tires every 6 to 8 months. Rotate the tires if you can, but do not put no Chinese tires on the front. Do not put no rear tires on your stairs. Try to at least get a good BF good wrench or Continentals. Continentals right now is it's hard to find them. Me, I got 24.5, so I got 24s on my truck all the way around. You get 22s, but 22s, 11R 22s, whatever you want, but low profile. But all Chinese tire, all the tires now is Chinese. On super singles, I don't like super singles. Out they pull in the snow. Super singles right now they don't get you. They pull in the snow and they expensive now. I mean when super singles first came out, they was running you about 750, $800. Now they run you like $1,000, man. I don't. I'd rather have 8 tires in the back, the splits in the middle. I'd rather have all my tires on the back, man. I can't super singles. Nah, I don't do them. Some people like them. They live by them. The only thing super stay look good on the deep wheel if you polish it out. But nah, 'cause I know a lot of people right now that I could call and they tell you I took them super singles off. They took them off. They took them off because they cost too much. When they say like if you blow a tire on the road, you blow an inside tire, you can still travel to a safe place. You blow an outside tire, like I did. I pulled over one day, blew an outside tire, got some soap and water, took 2 screwdrivers, put it inside the rim, peeled it back, pulled it off, threw on the back. Because if you blow an outside tire, the DOT will allow you to drive down the road with one missing rim. Now, they will pull you over if you got the tire flapping. You take off the tire, put on the back of the catwalk, discard it, whatever, put on the top of the catwalk, strap it down. They will let you drive with the rim. But if you got that tire flapping, they're gonna pull you over. So you can actually take it off if it's on the outside. If you can safely get 2 screwdrivers and take it off. But super singles, I don't do super singles because super singles are good. And automatic trucks, eh, they good if you've been in the game like me, then in 30 years. But I can't do an automatic because in the wintertime, I like to be able to slap this thing in second, slap it in third, and start jumping out of gear. And then I could jump out of a hole. But an automatic, nah, you're gonna be spinning all day, man. You deliver load of blown air tire. Hey man, you can do that, man. You can get to a safe place and do it. Like sometimes with contenders, we act stupid half the time. We'll blow a tire up and still be driving down the road. I tell you, container jobs, we get stupid sometimes. We'll drive 50 miles with a tire ripped, and you be blowing a horn, and we'll look at you, and what, and we'll keep moving. So sometimes with container jobs, we get stupid sometimes, man. We act like we don't know no better, but you can do it, man. As long as the tire ain't ripping, it ain't shedding all over the place. You get away with it. Then when you go buy a truck, try to get in the truck. Try to like position yourself in the seat. Feel comfortable in the truck. Try to use the seat belts, work all the knobs because I'm gonna tell you one thing. When you buy a truck, man, you have to know that truck fits you. I understand that we all want to buy a first truck and want to be on operators, and this is a goal, this is a dream I've had in my life. But you got to make sure that truck fits you because you don't want to buy a truck. You got to pay $2,000 a month, and now you can't stand the truck. Now you don't want to be in the truck. Now you don't want to drive the truck. The trucks can beat you up. So make sure you check for that. When you pop the hood of a truck, number one thing too, if you know you need shocks on the truck. See, I'm gonna tell you what the truck. What they would do when you buy a truck, they spray painted black. Those are Armor All. Don't worry about that. Pop the hood and look at all of your shocks because if your shocks are leaking with oil, your shocks on the front and the back, if they leak it with oil, the shocks are bad. You ain't supposed to see no oil and no shocks in the back. Look for that. If you look at your front springs left or right, if one of your springs got a gap and one of the spring's supposed to be like, if one is flat like that and then if you look at the front of the truck and your truck leaning, that because one of the springs are weak. Now a spring will cost you 250 a piece. You do front springs on the front. So try to stand in front of the truck and look on level ground. If the truck leaning like this and leaning like that, springs will cost you, man. Yeah, 650K plus. I know, man. Be careful with 650 miles. 650 miles is like having 700,000 miles. I'm only gonna give you 1 year. You're gonna be doing an overhaul. 1 year overhaul because them pistons, them rings, them sleeves. You talking about them ejectors, them rocker arms, all of that stuff is going up and down. And they never did know what the motor is one thing. But if you could buy a truck with 650 miles and they could give you the paperwork that they did that motor a year ago, or they did that motor 6 months ago, and they could give you a 2-year warranty on that motor with 650,000 miles, then I say take it. So that's another thing too. If you look for a truck and the truck says anywhere from 600,000 miles to 700,000 miles, and you say, well, when was the last time the motor was built? They can say, well, the motor was built a year ago. So can you show me the paperwork on that motor being built? And if they can show you the paperwork saying that motor was built a year ago and that motor still got a year warranty, 2-year warranty, then I say take the truck. Because at least you know if that motor was done and you got a warranty, but you got a warranty not with a mom and pop dealer. You got a warranty with Detroit, Cummins, PACCAR. They gonna honor that warranty? Then I say take the warranty if they did that motor. You know, yeah, that is a lot of miles, but if you can get a warranty on that motor stating that that motor was rebuilt, that motor was rebuilt with in a year ago, and you got a 2-year warranty on that motor, and you got 1 year, I said take it and maintain the oil, maintain the service on that oil, man. I could say take it if you could get a warranty on the motor. If they can warranty that motor, take it. So, but that warranty have to be with a dealer. If it's with a mechanic, don't trust it. A mechanic tell you ain't damn thing. Don't trust it. But if it's with a dealer, I say go ahead with it. PACCAR, because PACCAR ain't nothing but a cat. PACCAR, PACCAR motors. The bottom of the motor is built by cat. Don't tell nobody to you. The bottom is built by cat. Top is built by PACCAR. But if you could get a warranty on the PACCAR, you know what you're getting into. Another thing too, when you go look for a truck, try to make sure everything is greased up properly. Try to go under the truck. You don't really need a mechanic. Go on the truck yourself. Go under the truck. This if you buying a truck yourself, because you want to be buying a truck. You want to be one with the truck. Listen, you want to be one with that truck, because you're gonna be in that truck 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A good owner operator will be checking on that truck like I do Saturday, Sunday. No work, Saturday, Sunday. I'm always on the truck. Always on the truck. A good owner operator, if you're going to be in that truck, climb under the truck. You got a shaft. You got a front. You got the yoke. You got the hanger bearing, and you got the shaft back. Try to go under that truck and push, push. If you push and you don't have, if you push hard and it don't move or a little bit play, you good. But if you go under that, this will happen with new trucks. Listen, with new trucks, go under the truck and if you got to do this and you get back here on the hanger bearing, 9 times out of 10, you only get about 6 months on that because you're gonna blow the shaft. You're gonna blow the shaft. A truck at an auction, like I said, you buy a truck at an auction. I'm telling you something. What I'm saying right now will help you do. Same thing if you're buying a truck at an auction. Most of the time, they don't let you touch the truck. It's pretty much up in the wind, man. But you have to know You have to know the truck you buying. That's pretty much that's what I can pretty much say. Know the truck you buying from the auction. Know that that truck is you've been driving this truck. You know that truck got an engine that you can work on. You got a good mechanic, or you can take it to a dealer and they can give you good pointers on buying the truck. Most of the time you buy a truck from an auction, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You might get something. You might get a motor with at the bottom, you got shavings in the motor. You got metal in the motor. You would never know that because if you check the dipstick, you won't smell no water. You check the dipstick, you won't smell nothing burning. But you might have shavings at the bottom of the oil. So when you open that oil pan, the oil pan bolt got a magnet. And when you take it off, if that magnet look charcoal gray, if the magnet look gray, and you could take that magnet and do this, and you could peel, that is shaved metal. That motor is on his way out the door. Let me tell you something. I'm keeping 100. I've been in trucks for a long time. I know what the hell I'm talking about. So if you go check the oil on the truck and you screw it and you got thick smoke gray, charcoal gray, it's like paste. It's gonna look like paste. That's shaved metal. That motor, the bottom of that motor is done. It's on its way out the door. You don't broke something in the top of the head and it fell down to the bottom and it just got grinded all up in there. So I getting the truck from an auction is good, but you got to know what you want, what you getting into. You got to know what you're getting into because most people buy a truck from auction, then them trucks die down. You ain't got no warranty. Now you up there spending all this money trying to tens of thousands of dollars trying to get that motor running. You know, I blew the rears on my truck. My rears are 3.35. So I know it is, man. I blew the rears on this truck. I got when it got new rears. That because I'm very you got one thing about being on our breed, you gotta be very resourceful. You gotta be resourceful. You gotta do your homework. You gotta know that what he's selling, somebody else got a better price on it. You know, you gotta do your homework on these trucks. So if you're gonna do it from the auction, it's a good idea, but it can be a bad one. It's not like a catch 22 to it. You know, you get good apples, you get a bad apple. You might buy a truck from auction, get a great truck. Your homeboy might buy the same exact truck, same motor, same rears, same everything in the truck, and that truck could be a bad truck. So it's up and down thing dealing with an auction. Then when you like say you go back on the truck, you got what you call a hanger bearing. The hanger bearing is it look like a U. You got a shaft running this way and a shaft running this way. If you push the shaft, look at the rubber. The rubber smush. If the rubber goes like this on a hanger bearing, then the hanger bearing ain't no good. You got to change the hanger bearing. Then at the same time too, if you push it up on the shaft, what you got is bolts. Now I got to pack it in. You're gonna look for these sleeves where the U joint go. The U joint. If your shaft go is moving on the joint like this, then 9 times out of 10 you can save it. Might not have to buy the joint, but you might have to buy straps. It's called straps. And oh, let me show you. Let me see if I got a set in here. I keep a set of straps. See, I'm on operator, right? I keep straps. These what you call on your joints. For my truck, these are called straps, right? So, hey, I don't mind, bro. I don't mind teaching you how the game, man. I don't mind teaching you how the games. These are called straps. These are spacers, right? Now, your shaft will sit in the middle of this. Sit in the middle of that, right? You got one bolt here, one bolt here. This gonna hold your shaft together. This, right? This hold your shaft together. You're gonna get. If you look under the truck, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna see this strap right here under your truck. You're gonna see this bolt here. You're gonna see this bolt here. This is what you're gonna see under the truck. Now, your your U joint is going to sit under here. Now, if you push up the shaft, if it moves here like this, most of the time it's just your straps. But what I would do first time buying a truck, change the whole joint. The joint should cost you, I think I spent $100 some. But these right here cost me like 12, $14 out of KW. So most of the time you can change these straps right here. Now this is for my KW. They all got different part numbers, but I make sure I keep these on the truck because sometimes if you break down and a wrecker come, they got to take the straps off and drop it. When they take the straps off, you might want to go put new ones on because the old ones wore out already. So you don't want to put the old ones back on because you drive down the road, you lose the whole drive shaft, boom, start bouncing. When the drive shaft fall off the truck, it take out airlines, it bust tires, it do more damage than anything. So if you going down the road and you got play in the truck and your steer tires are still good, your kingpins are still good, your front suspension is still good, 9 times out of 10 is your drive shaft. Is your drive shaft. So don't overlook it. It's easier and cheaper to repair the drive shaft now than breaking on that road. Because if you blow the back end, if you blow the back one, you can still put your truck in. You can put your truck in. You can lock the truck. Boom, lock it. Lock the diff, and you can still drive down safely. But if you blow the middle one and the back is still on, you ain't driving nowhere. The truck is done and shut down. All right. So most of the time, if you fall, you might lose these. So try to, if you want to operate, try to keep some straps in your truck, man, because it will save you. It will save you from a record sometime, and then save the heartache. So I do a lot of this stuff myself right here. I don't a lot of stuff in my truck. I do my own 90% everything on the truck. I do myself. You know, what up, DJ Ad TV? Yeah. So what you got? Even though I drive a 16 foot, 20 foot. Yeah. Hey, Louie, man. I've been around these trucks for a long time, man. A very That's why I had to change the content on this page to truckers. Because I'd rather change the content on this page to give back to y'all. And plus myself, because y'all can help me too, like DJ Ab be telling me some stuff that I'd be like, damn, man, here, you know what I'm saying? If you can support that man channel, DJ Ab TV, subscribe to his channel, man, because especially Louie, Kev, y'all got channels, man. Drop each other links, man, because at the end of the day, man, we all truckers. It's all we got is us. So if I could bring the game to y'all, man, I'll bring it, man. Yo, somebody left a comment and told me that I'm giving the game away for free. Like, damn. I learned all this on my own. So they said I'm giving the game away for free. I don't think I'm giving no game away for free. You never can give a game away. You give the game to people that needs it, man. So if I'm giving it to y'all, yeah. I'm not gonna charge nobody for no game. I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing that. But at the end of the day, man, that's what you want to do. You want to check your rears and check your fifth wheel. Make sure your fifth wheel ain't got that much play in it, and check all your lights on the truck. Try to learn how to turn repair bulbs. Belts are easy. So if your first time getting the truck, I'm gonna tell you what you buy for the truck. People keep saying, "Well, buy an alternator." Don't worry about that. Buy a starter. If you want, buy it, put it in the house. But the first thing you want to keep in the truck, get you some heavy duty 25 foot 25 foot or 25 feet jumper cable, some heavy duty ones. Get two belts, jumper cables, two belts. If you're running a DEF or if you're running a power pack, get some power packs. Get power packs, get power pack belt. Cause I know DJ Ad, he been going through that too. He buy the belts for his PTA unit, whatever that is. The unit in the back that powers up the truck for the AC and all that. So you want to get belts for that. Make sure you keep a nice set of tools. If you can get a Milwaukee gun, or if you can get a DeWalt, try to keep a nice set of tools. Try to keep a impact gun, 1/2 inch, 3/4. Try to keep some nice sockets, pliers. Try to have a nice tool bag. A nice tool set with a tool bag. Your own operator. Keep that stuff in the truck because you definitely gonna need it. Try to keep yourself a converter. Try to keep yourself a torch, a small propane torch. Me, I preferably get the yellow one because the yellow one is hotter, either yellow or red, because you're gonna need that. Try to keep a sludge hammer in the truck because most of the time, if your brakes lock up in the back, don't even worry about that. If your brakes lock up in the back, all you have to do really sometimes is grab the trolley brake 3 times, back up once, two, three, and it release the brakes. If not, push in the trailer brake, leave out the tractor brake, go in the back, get a hammer, knock the top of the drum. The top of the drum, not the drum, not the brake pads, not the drum. Boom, boom, about 3 to 4 times. Pow! You will hear it'll go. Pew, it'll release the air, or it'll go boom. then your brakes will unlock itself. You can also do that if you on a say like you're somewhere it's cold and your brakes locked up. Try to do that. Try to keep this in the truck too, right? Yeah, we have to stick together, man. It's the only way we can help me safe out here. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna show y'all something too. When the driving, I'm giving y'all a game. When the driving up here, now you can use alcohol. You can use alcohol, but try to keep this in the truck, right? Get you some antifreeze. Get this for the truck. This right here, some air brake. This for the air brakes. It's for the truck. Try to keep this in the truck. The only reason why I'm saying that because this right here, if your brakes lock up, all you have to do sometimes you like if you experience like me, you'll take off the airline for the you'll take off the airline for your air compressor, lift it up, pour this into your airline, hold it for about a minute, it's gonna be cold. Put it onto the air compressor, tighten it down real quick, go inside, push your brakes in, it'll shoot through the system and it release the brakes in the back. Or you can just take this, hold up your airline, the service line, pull it through your service line, hold it up, put it on the back, hit the brakes, it'll shoot through the back. Give it about a couple seconds, pop, pop, and release your brakes. Or just keep a sludge hammer. All right? Or just keep a small sludge hammer, man. You will make it through. That's for winter driving. So at the same time, I'll tell you what I do every day winter driving. I want y'all to listen, right? I did it last night. We got snow in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, on top of the Mount Gooseberry. We got snow up there. So what I usually do is this. Every day I get out my truck, I got ball valves on my air tanks. So I release all the air on my air tank, left, right air tank, open it up, drain all the air because basically what it is moisture, is water, debris, is dirt in there. So what you want to do, you want to open all your air. When you park the truck at the end of the night, open all the valves up, let all the air out, all that water out, close it off. I'll tell you why. Then you go to pop the hood, right where your fuel separator at, open it up and let a little bit drain out. That's water coming out. So you let a little bit drain out, you close it. What you're doing is when you come in the next day, that water is sitting inside here. So when you go start your truck, this turns into ice. So now you got tools to suck in that. It sucks it through the line and it frees the line up. Then now the truck is gonna run and it's gonna cut right off. The truck gonna cut completely off. So you drain a little bit of water at the end of the night. And the reason why I say drain the air tanks is because your air tank got water and moisture in it. When you go in the truck and you hook up to a container or a trailer or a flatbed or a reefer or a tanker, as soon as you push it in, all of that water and moisture, if you're in a cold area, is going to shoot through the line and shoot through the back, and it's going to lock your brakes up. Now you got to sit there with some heat. You don't have to do that. So make sure you keep a bottle of this. Make sure you bleed your tanks every in the wintertime. Sometimes I know as an owner operator, we get lazy, we be too tired. Wintertime, bleed all your tanks. Go to the water separator, open up a little bit, and drain a little bit of water. Don't drain a lot because you might have problems starting that truck. Just a little bit. Drain because the water sit here. The water is here. The water not gonna stay up here. It's here. So you'll drain a little bit out, lock it down, and that's it, man. So when you get in the morning, you might have a little rough cold start, but it will start. It'll run right, and you good. That right there will help you from changing fuel filters. And if you can also keep two fuel filters. If you got a fuel separator and a diesel, you got a diesel fuel filter, and you got a small fuel separator. Try to keep two fuel filters in the truck. Try to keep something in the truck so that you know that if you break down on the side of the road and all you need is if the truck frees up and a fuel filters get dirty, your truck run 9 times 10. If you drive in the truck and the truck run like shit, it's running hard. Try to get a fuel filter, take them off, put in a fuel filter, fill them up here, fill them up, put them back on, prime the truck, start it, truck start right up. You might have to just spray a little bit of ether. So a little bit of ether and all that. I know because I go through this. This is an old model truck. So sometimes an old model truck is like an old man's like me. Sometimes you might need a little bit of help to get going. So it's like that sometimes with the older truck, even with the newer trucks. So if you can, like say like your new Freightliners, your KWs, Your internationals, your water fuel separator, it's a glass bowl. You can see right through it, and it got a filter. It got a top. So what you can do, drain a little bit of water, right? But in the wintertime, open the cap and get a bottle of 911 and pour the 911 in here. The 911 is gonna go down right here. Basically, what that does is keeping this bottle from freezing because diesel gel up. Believe it, diesel gel up. So if you can get a bottle of 911, put a little bit in here, it'll keep it from freezing, and put 911 in both your tanks. 911 or to get the white bottle and put it in both your tanks, and it keep your for freeze. Because up here when I'm at in PA, our tanks freeze up. How often should you flush the cooling tank? Like right now, I gotta flush mine because I had to take the radiator out, get it done. So try to flush it. I don't like try to flush it every year. That's try to flush every year. I'm gonna tell you one more thing to do too. All these trucks got a water fuel separator. When you get an oil change, they never change that. Your water, you got a water separator. A water, no, you got a water filter. A water, let me correct myself. You have what they call a water filter. All right, Kev, be safe out there, brother. What you do, you need a water filter. On every truck on the right side of the truck, right? Got a water filter. It's about this big. It's half of this. You never pay it no mind. You try changing that because that right there holds all types of bacteria that goes through your truck and it stinks really bad. Screw it off, get the part number, and put it back on. Because they don't tell you that when you go get an oil change. They never change that part. They change the diesel filter, the fuel separator filter, the oil separator filter. They change the oil filter. You got one more filter on that truck. Try to change that filter. Get in the habit of changing that filter every year. You know, you also have a filter on your air dryer. If you never had it done, change the filter on the air dryer. Is big filter is upside down. Try if you can, try to change the filter on the air dryer because that's where all of your moist dirt or water bacteria goes with that also. So that'll help your air compressor run better and breathe better. So and it help the truck a whole lot better for our lines and everything going through the truck. So it's a lot to hold accountable for as far as being an owner operator, but I kept my truck 18 years because I did all of that. 18 years. And it just got into a habit of doing it, doing it, doing it, and doing it. So you will keep your truck for a long time if you maintain the small stuff. The small stuff will keep you out of big problems. Believe that. So you want to stay out of big problems and big headaches. The small stuff will keep you out of that, man, to keep you safe on these roads. Cause I try, man. I try to, I talk to a lot of people, help a lot of people out. And I don't mind giving out advice. Like I was in the truck stop today. Guy asked me earlier. He said, is your company hiring? I said, man, I put them on. I don't have a problem sharing information, man. I really don't have a problem sharing information because, hey, man, when I ain't no longer here, hey, I want y'all to do the same thing, man, because we have to share the information because the younger drivers that's coming up under us, they need to hear this. They need to know everything we know because right now they being misled, thinking that I'm gonna buy a truck and make $1 million. To you young brothers out there, you young sisters, it's not gonna happen because there's too many regulations out here. There's too many cutthroat rates. Um, it's not enough. It used to be enough to go around. Now it's not because it's just getting worse now. But if you got something to maintain off, try to maintain. You know, you know, try to maintain with it, man. Port Authority gonna do it. He gonna make a move anyway. He blocking the main interest. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Yeah, he gonna give him a ticket. Yeah, but yeah, he coming now. So yeah, he in the trouble. He ain't even bother him. Okay, Port Authority ain't even bother him. That's what's up. But yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, that's what we got to do. So whatever information I can bring to y'all, I'm gonna do it. You know, if whatever information I can bring to y'all, I'm gonna do it. All right. So Marley, I'm about to get about it. I appreciate you coming through, brother. Um, Loey, DJ Kev, man. Hey, man, I appreciate Rose Gold, man. I'm about to end the live because I got to try to get up in this port because I've been sitting out here and I know I got to wait till 1 o'clock anyway. The appointment number. Yo, man, I appreciate all y'all coming through, man. I swear to God, I do, man. You know, it's like most of the time people don't want to talk about the trucking game, and so like I said, I'm gonna dedicate this channel to the truckers. So whatever y'all want to do, y'all want to, like I said, if y'all want to come up sometime, I'll drop the link. We can talk about the trucking industry, talk about different ways we can eat out here and different ways we could bond together, man. Because I know sometimes you got truck drivers gonna be straight assholes. I ain't gonna sit up and lie about that. You got some truck drivers out here, they don't give a damn, bro. They don't care because they look in one way like, well, we need to stop too, you know. And there's no shot to the Canadian drivers, but you Canadian drivers out there, if y'all watching this, you Canadian drivers, try to have a little more respect, man. Try to have a little more respect out there for your American truck drivers. Cause I done ran into a lot of Canadian truck drivers, just hella disrespectful, man. Just run you off, cut you off, park in front of you, jump in front of you, and you know it's not like that. At the end of the day, we all truck drivers, so try to have a little more respect for each other, man. That's all we ask. We out here together. We ain't trying to kill each other. We're trying to make money together. You know, the money. Like I always say, the money I make might not feed you, and the money you make might not feed me. But at the end of the day, we all turn the key together. We all turn the key together, and we all roll on 18 wheels together. All right, so that's all I got to say. I'm out of here, man. Peace. One love to all of y'all. Thanks for showing up, man.